In this episode of Where's Matt, we are going to feast at the only Michelin-starred restaurant in Croatia at the time of filming, Monte. Monte is located in the Istrian fishing village of Rovinj. So now, we're going to walk up the famous narrow artist street of Rovinj known as Grisia to get to the entrance of Monte, which is at the base of Sveta Eufemia. So I'm here with my friend Isabel in Rovinj enjoying this meal at Monte tonight, and after we got seated, straight away they delivered us a fun cluster of amuse-bouche. I wasn't even sure how to eat them. I'll start with the cypress popsicle, which tasted very earthy naturally, and then I'll try the juniper sponge sitting atop a glass with a swish of gin and tonic. It was delicious. They also served us an Istrian herbed phyllo crisp and a pine cookie. And the plating of all the amuse was incredibly whimsical. They used natural materials for all the serving vessels. Then we weren't even done with all the amuse. They brought us next an oregano espuma with tomato and eggplant at the bottom of the glass. And it was tart, herbal, and creamy, just very yummy. So this was the first dish. They called it Omega 3. It has tuna with luscious beetroot and salmon on the left. Then over here on top, you see sardine with pancetta and a tiny pile of salmon roe. And on the right, mackerel over a spoonful of apple salad. Felt so fancy because you had to eat it with tweezers, but wow, this was an outstanding start to our meal. So I love a perfunctory pour of saffron dashi. It feels so personalized, but that attention to detail of the serving and the serving vessels makes eating at Monte incredibly warm and special. And so this next dish was a flavorful bowl of crustacean ocean flavors with mung beans, chicken, a lobster dumpling, both seaweed and algae, and capers. A second waiter later told us they called it Japanese flavor on a plate because somehow they intertwined Croatian and Japanese techniques and flavors, and it was incredible.
Yeah, so I'm actually feeling smarter after eating this meal because you're sort of forced to think about flavor combinations that you're not used to thinking about, and they're also drawing on multiple traditions. So the last dish that we had a mix of mostly, I would say, Asian traditions, but I wouldn't say every ingredient on the plate was traditionally Asian, but they somehow were able to fuse things like saffron and mung beans, and it tasted great. So I think my food IQ, or my foodie IQ, is increasing for me.
Next came an imaginative monkfish croquette, sitting in an aqua blue ceramic with black venere rice, sepia, sea foam made from mussel water, zucchini, and a slice of octopus. It was wonderful, with so many delicious textures, feeling like an ocean wave washing over us. The combination was very inspired. I'm thinking the next dish was my favorite of the night, but like I said, my foodie IQ kept reaching a new level from tasting these incredibly well-conceived plates. This next dish was calf sweetbreads with potato puree, mushrooms from Monte, a nearby hilltop village, and a heaping pile of black truffle shavings. I ate the hell out of that dish. It was so good. And so next after that came a 24-hour sous vide prepared suckling pig with foam made from kulen, a spicy sausage from the Slavonian region of Croatia. And then a bunch of novel ingredients I didn't know would fit the dish so well, such as bay leaf powder and geranium gelée. The dish was salty and crispy, reminding me exactly of Spanish cochinillo, which is suckling pig. The Palate cleanser before dessert was a rather fun lemon espuma covered in pop rocks, which exploded over your tongue, this nice tart citrus flavor. It was outrageous, a cracking party in my mouth. So the dessert courses were next, and they were outstanding. First was foie gras and orange slices with Istrian skuta, which is a local cheese, golden hazelnuts, and agave syrup. It was creamy, luscious, had a surprising balance of sweet, savory, and tart. And we weren't done there. The second mind-blowing next dessert was an eggplant and tomato compote with oregano granita, almond powder, and yogurt. It had my tongue zinging from the acidity of the tomatoes and the sweetness and creaminess of the other components. It was just brilliant. Not yet outdone, they also brought out some lovely biscuits and fruit as an extra dessert, and I had a perfect Veliki macchiato with Grand Marnier. Every day in Croatia, I need a Veliki every 3 hours, or else I can't stay focused. So it's funny, I met the head chef on the way to the loo, and he shook my hand and, welcomed me to the restaurant in his country. And when I returned to the table, I had seen that the restaurant had given us take-home gifts, including a lavender brownie, that's right, lavender brownie, and a baby bottle of house-made olive oil. Ništa, it's Croatia, so we were quite impressed by this. In conclusion, yes, the meal was fantastic. The price tag was rather high by Croatian standards, at about 100 euros a piece, but compared to other foodie cities, that was certainly a fantastic deal and an experience that requires a level of sensory open-mindedness. I think this is why Monte got its Michelin star. So their cuisine combines traditional Istrian ingredients with new cooking techniques that really left us stunned and wanting more. So I highly recommend, if you can get a seat, to stop by Monte. The menu is lovely. Friends, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon from another destination here in Croatia. Until then, hvala puno I vidimo se.